Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Thanks for your support on Patreon, Angry Arbel Zafari. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk Super News. I'm Ollie Davis. We've got a packed show for you today, including major news on All Elite Wrestling's top title, CM Punk jokes about going to AEW on Twitter, and Carmella shoots on Mandy Rose being unsafe in the ring. And we've also got yet another special WrestleTalk announcement for you today after revealing our WrestleTalk scholarship supporting up-and-coming wrestlers last week. Because support WrestleTalk, support independent wrestling. Click the timestamps in the video description below to jump to any of those stories right now. And make sure to have a super click party. Super click! And give us a subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and answer our question of the day down below. Will you be watching AEW Double or Nothing this Saturday? Because I'll be replying to people in the comments from out of nowhere. But first, Braun Strowman and The Undertaker appear to be building an epic clash of titans. The Dead Man versus the Monster Among Men. By making fun of Braun's hair on Instagram. This all began with Strowman's interview with the Daily Express, where he looked past his Bobby Lashley match at Super Arabia and first teased a feud with the man who brought him onto the main roster. I'm really enjoying seeing where Bray Wyatt's new character is gonna blossom into fruition. You never know, one of these days you might see Bray Wyatt standing across the ring with the monster he had to make. But then he moved his sights onto an even bigger future opponent, and thank God it wasn't Baron Corbin again. Just the opportunity to share the ring with The Undertaker, but maybe be the final hammer to nail the coffin shut at the Dead Man. The monster is up to the challenge. I don't know how many more retirement matches he can have. No one does, Braun. No one does. I can put him out to pasture like I did to Big Show. The Undertaker did his sit-up spot, took notice, and then headed straight to Instagram to start building their feud. God damn it, I hate 2019. Strowman posted a photo on the gram showing his new, presumably Bianca Belair-inspired braided haircut, asking fans, thoughts? To which The Undertaker bantered, "You really want my thoughts?" Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. To which Braun replied, "Undertaker, you love it, don't you, you dead man, you?" Loads of exclamation marks. Mwah. Exposing the business, guys. Both men will, of course, be at Super Arabia in 3 weeks' time, with Braun taking on Lashley and Undertaker facing Goldberg, so an angle between the two might take place to set up Taker's 122nd last match ever. But while the Dead Man is painfully puncturing decades of carefully protected kayfabe on social media, one other WWE star is getting a bit too real. After clashing in Sunday's Money in the Bank match, Carmella took on Mandy Rose on Tuesday's episode of SmackDown. It was all really just a backdrop to R-Truth running round dressed as a woman. Wrestling! But the two continued to build their feud on Twitter. It started with Mandy complaining that her and Sonya Deville were robbed of the Money in the Bank briefcase, to which Carmella replied, "Robbed? Or just poorly executed? Hashtag karma." Rose then brought up their injury angle during the match. "Ah, how's your knee, honey? Also, go back to being a brunette. You're never gonna look like me," shrugging emoji, hashtag God's greatest creation, which led Carmella to potentially go a little too far. "Trust me, I don't want to look like you, babe. You can never pull off both. Also, go back to NXT and learn how to be safe in the ring." Shrugging shoulders emoji like it ain't no thing. Carmella has since deleted that tweet, implying that calling Rose an unsafe worker was too far, potentially being told to remove the post by WWE management. Really though, WWE have much bigger things to focus on than online squabbles between talent, as they're facing their biggest wrestling competition in almost 2 decades, with the launch of All Elite Wrestling. And fascinatingly, with AEW's debut show Double or Nothing happening this Saturday, yesterday the 22nd of May marks 3 years since the promotion's founder and co-executive vice president Cody Rhodes was released by WWE. Rhodes asked for his release after a decade with the company because of creative frustrations back in 2016. Shortly after leaving, he tweeted a picture of his post-WWE goals, which included facing Adam Cole, Dalton Castle, Kurt Angle, the Young Bucks, Shibata and Roderick Strong, getting his own personal ring announcer, and having that streamers thing. It turns out that list was actually underselling his ambitions, as just a year later, after becoming one of the world's hottest independent acts axe in joining the Bullet Club, he would take Dave Meltzer's bet that Ring of Honor couldn't sell out a 10,000-seater arena. And now he's behind one of the biggest things to potentially happen to the wrestling industry in 19 years. And now his promotion, AEW, have made their latest big announcement. In a video posted on All Elite Wrestling's official YouTube channel, British comedian Jack Whitehall revealed how the company's top title would be decided.
As we announce here, for the first time, that the top two contenders to the AEW World Championship will be determined this weekend in a massive pair of final title eliminators. The first top contender will be the winner of the Casino Battle Royale at the Buy-In, live on ITV4 at midnight this Saturday in the UK and streaming free live worldwide at 7 p.m. Eastern. And the other top contender will be the winner of the pay-per-view main event at Double or Nothing, the highly anticipated clash between arguably two of the greatest wrestlers on the planet, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. These top two contenders crowned at Double or Nothing will battle at a later date to be announced, and the winner will become the first ever AEW World Champion, claiming the most coveted wrestling title to be established in decades. Oh, that's heavy.
Sadly, we didn't get to see the actual world title belt design, as Whitehall couldn't get past the drawstrings.
I can't get it out the bag. Come on. Oh. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. The belt's in there. And now you know who could be taking that home. Right, okay. All that is left to be said is tune in to Double or Nothing, live from Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Although, not on this occasion. On this occasion, you can watch it anywhere.
It better be a good title design, AEW, because it sure has some competition this week. If you're in the UK, you can watch Double or Nothing on ITV Box Office this Saturday. Make sure to go to www.itvboxoffice.com for more details and follow @ITV Wrestling on Twitter for all updates. And to get excited for the show, you can watch the special AEW documentary Before the Bell on ITV Wrestling's YouTube channel by clicking the eye above my head or the link in the video description below. As always, tell them in the comments WrestleTalk sent you. The title announcement narrows AEW's first ever world champion down to either Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, or the 21 guys in the Casino Battle Royale on the pre-show, which is actually quite a lot of possibilities. So who could feasibly be facing Omega or Jericho to become AEW's inaugural champion? The current Casino Battle Royal lineup includes Sonny Kiss, Brandon Cutler, Ace Romero, Glacier, Brian Pillman Jr., Sunny Days, MJF, Joey Janela, Dustin Thomas, backstage producer and former DX member Billy Gunn, Jimmy Havoc, Michael Nakazawa, Jungle Boy, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Luchasaurus, the former Ty Dillinger in WWE, Shawn Spears, and 4 spots for multi-time champion and... Oh no, I mucked it up at the end. 4 spots for multi-time champion and future Hall of Famer vacant. While those pre-announced Battle Royal names are very exciting, make them bleed, Jimmy Havoc! None have the recognition AEW would presumably want in their first ever world title match against either Jericho or Omega, which draws attention to those 4 to-be-announced slots. With the Battle Royal stakes now being significantly higher, the heavily speculated debut of the former Dean Ambrose in WWE, Jon Moxley, is the most educated guess, especially with Dave Meltzer recently reiterating AEW remains interested in signing him for the promotion. It was previously thought he might be Pac's replacement to face Hangman Page after that match took place at WrestleGate Pro last Saturday. The barbed wire baseball bat in the works, though, is that Ambrose isn't expected to start working for wrestling companies until he's finished filming the MMA movie Cage Fighter he was recently announced for. Meltzer claims Ambrose is shooting the movie over Double or Nothing weekend, but he could possibly get away to appear at the show. Dean Ambrose to AEW confirmed. I wonder what other major wrestling names could be rumoured for the top title spot. CM Punk! CM Punk just tweeted about AEW! Replying to a fan's random screenshot of a tweet Punk made in 2015 that had nothing to do with wrestling, Punk tweeted yesterday, OMG, AEW confirmed. Well, that's my gimmick. CM Punk to AEW confirmed. The fan then replied, I hope you wrestle Luchasaurus and he goes over, in reference to one of the Battle Royal participants. And showing how up-to-date Punk is with the wrestling scene right now, he asked, that a real person? But that's exactly what Punk would tweet if he was trying to throw us off the scent! CM Punk to AEW double confirmed. And he of course reportedly showed up under a mask at an indie show the other month. CM Punk to AEW triple confirmed. Whoever turns up to be the surprise Casino Battle Royale entrance, we know for sure it won't be the former Neville in WWE Pac, as he quit AEW last Saturday in a shock earliest pre-show match ever, having his Double or Nothing advertised bout against Hangman Page a whole week early at the WrestleGate Pro Show in the UK. That match can now be watched in full on All Elite Wrestling's official YouTube channel, link in the video description below, and you might just notice not just WrestleTalk branding in the Rings corner pad, a big thank you to Wrestling Rings UK for their speedy turnaround on that, but also WrestleTalk's own Luke Owen and El Fakador Laurie Blake in the crowd, which ties into our special announcement. Following on from revealing the WrestleTalk Scholarship Program last Thursday, which was awarded to the 16-year-old indie star and protege of Will Ospreay, Callum Newman, we're about to take the next step in our Support WrestleTalk, Support Indie Wrestling mission. In return for all the amazing support you, the viewers, have given us in helping this channel grow, we're committed to giving back and supporting those who are the building blocks of the very industry we all love, independent wrestling. The WrestleTalk Scholarship was phase 1 of this mission. Phase 2 is somewhat bigger. The UK has been home to the meteoric rise of indie wrestling over the last decade, and it's no coincidence that WWE's first overseas NXT brand started right here. However, despite loads of UK wrestlers signing with WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan and All Elite Wrestling, there's still a wealth of great unsigned talent in this country, talent that deserves to be seen by as many people as possible. And that's why we're incredibly proud to announce that WrestleTalk will now be sponsoring independent wrestling shows, which began at last Saturday's WrestleGate Pro event seen around the world thanks to their recent partnership with AEW, where we donated money to upgrade the promotion's live event and video production, sent Luke and Laurie to cover the show, and also by adding Pac to the card. And to showcase the best up-and-coming independent promotions, we'll be bringing some of the best indie wrestling matches in the UK to WrestleTalk's YouTube channel from this summer, with a brand new show dedicated to great wrestling from incredible indie talent. Nottingham, England's WrestleGate Pro is the first promotion we've signed a deal with, and over the coming months we'll be announcing more ahead of the launch of our brand new show. Don't worry, this won't change our existing content at all. We're simply adding even more. It's really exciting, and we want to take a moment to say thank you all for supporting WrestleTalk. It's allowed us to say thank you back to the industry and community that we're all a part of, and the talented men and women working so hard to build it. Stay tuned for more, and remember, support WrestleTalk, support independent wrestling. Some major Grand Theft Auto 6 news might potentially be in the works with Google. Click the video to the right to find out more, and watch the AEW documentary for free by clicking the video below that. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.